Hello, my name's Andrew, and today we're talking about the pros and the cons of the Vivobarefoot Tracker Leather AT Low 2 versus the Lono Wild. So up front, both shoes have a wide toe box, and the shape is pretty similar as well, but the Wild does have a little more upper volume, and the toe guard's a little more minimal, allowing some extra flex, while the Tracker AT's is slightly more solid and protective, but the thin rubber coating that the Wild has is great for water resistance, although both shoes have higher soles that wrap all the way around, and they're both stitched for durability as well, which is great. Well, I did like the full grain leather on the original Tracker Leather AT1 because it's a bit more waterproof. It did increase the stiffness of the upper somewhat, so the suede on the AT2s definitely feels softer and more comfortable, and you still can treat it with waterproofing spray, but it can get damp more easily than full grain. In terms of laces, the Tracker ATs are round, which is usually more rugged, but the Wild's flat laces are less noticeable against your skin and create a softer wraparound, which is also true for these flat grommets here versus the thicker one on the Tracker AT, although it does make them a little quicker to cinch up. For the ankle, I found the Wild to have a little bit softer feel, which I like, whereas the Tracker AT is a little more reinforced, which does create a bit of pressure, but overall they're pretty soft. Inside, the Wild has a soft fabric lining, whereas the Tracker AT Low is a mix of leather and canvas, which makes them easy to slip on, but then gives you more traction deeper into the shoe. In terms of the sole, the Lono Wild is a bit thicker at 8mm, but it still has some really good flexibility, whereas the Tracker Leather AT2 Low is a bit thinner at 6.5mm and even more flexible. And in terms of tread, they're both meant for all-terrain use, although the Wild's a little more skewed towards firm ground with the dense lugs in the middle, whereas the AT2 sole is pure 50-50 between firm and soft ground, and has some more space in between the lugs for some really excellent ground feel, although the Lono Wild's tread is a bit more protective. In terms of use case, I really like the Tracker Leather AT Low 2 for fast hiking and trail running, where I need a lot of flex, agility, and sensation to navigate tricky terrain, whereas the Lono Wild is great for rocky hikes and backpacking, especially since it has a little extra padding built into the midsole, as well as a springy heel tab in the back, which helps take off a little bit of impact going down steep hills.